Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be covering what is dependency injection. We'll try to understand the concept of dependency injection, why is it needed, and what does the term actually mean. The word dependency injection. So if we dissect it, there are two separate words. One is dependency and the other is injection. Let's try to understand the meaning of both with this concept. Dependency here is actually related to dependent objects. Suppose there is a class called subscriber and there is another class called viewer. Now let's try to understand this scenario so as to get into the depth of this concept. Now we are inside the subscriber class and suppose we need the viewer object inside subscriber class for our further logic implementations. So now what do we generally do? We actually create the object of the required class using the new keyword. Yes, that's what we are doing here. So inside class subscriber, we are going to we create the object of viewer class using the new keyword. So here we can say that class subscriber is dependent on the viewer class. This is nothing but a dependency. So viewer class is a dependency for the subscriber class. Now note, the thing to note here is we are not actually injecting the dependent class into the subscriber class, but instead we are creating a new object of viewer class. So this is not injecting the dependency. Now what is the issue here with this approach? Let's try to understand that. So inside subscriber class, we needed the object of viewer class, and we actually got that by using the keyword new and creating the object inside the subscriber class. So we got the object and now we can make use of it for implementing our logic as well. But there is actually an issue. This way of creating objects makes the classes tightly coupled. So the classes are no more independent of each other. If one class fails, the other class is definitely going to fail. So there is a kind of dependency among the classes which we always try to avoid. But here, whenever we go for creating objects by using the keyword new, it simply makes the classes tightly coupled. Now these issues can easily be addressed when working with Spring Boot and using the concept of dependency injection. So in Spring Boot, we have got something called Spring Containers that runs in background. So what happens is whenever you need any dependent objects, you just need to say to the Spring Container that, okay, I need this particular object in this particular class. Now the rest is up to the Spring Container. So the container takes the responsibility of creating that particular object for you and providing that object into the required classes whenever you ask them. But here with this approach, you are going to create the object as we actually did using the keyword new, and therefore you are totally responsible for it, for the managing of that object as well. But with the Spring Boot, Spring Container does the work on behalf of you. You just need to give directions to the Spring Container. This dependency injection can be considered as a design pattern. So it's actually an approach or a way by which we inject the object of another class into the classes wherever we need it. If you connect with many long-time programmers or expert coders, you will you'll get to know like this concept of dependency injection is not actually new. They have been using it regularly on a daily basis, and it's actually very normal thing to them. Now the question that arises here is, if this concept of dependency injection is not that new, then why so much buzz about it now? Why today suddenly every developer wants to understand this concept and try to use it? This actually created a buzz after Spring Boot became widely and extensively used by today's developers. Now, many of you may not agree on it, but that's actually a fact. The concept of dependency injection came into so much light when Spring Boot became so much popular with creating web services like REST APIs. This concept could be easily used with the help of Spring containers that helps to manage and provide required dependent objects to the needed classes. So dependency injection actually deals with the dependent objects. Okay, so this approach of getting the dependent objects into the required classes is actually handled by Spring containers in the background. By now, I hope we are clear about what is dependency injection, what does the term actually mean, and why is it needed. Also, we have understood why or how Spring Boot helps us to use this concept widely and very easily in our development work. Yes, the way Spring Boot helps us to use this concept is really amazing. Now let's get to the major question of how to achieve this dependency injection. So we'll try to understand it in our practical classes in my upcoming videos. Till then, thank you all. Bye bye.